Look down at your hands. You occupy a highly specific volume of space. You can move, but cannot escape the physical enclosure of a body. This diagram illustrates a geometric axiom. Anything defined by 3 dimensions, length, width, and depth, possesses a beginning, a middle, and an end. Because each dimension stops at a boundary, the physical body is necessarily finite. An infinite physical object is a geometric impossibility. In the 11th century, Ismaili philosopher Naser Khosrow explored the consequences of this mathematical limit in his text Khane-e-Ekwan, or The Brother's Abode. Khosrow poses a rigorous argument. While the biological form is bounded by spatial dimensions, the human soul possesses a capacity for knowledge that functions beyond physical borders. If an infinite reality exists, it cannot be constructed out of matter. Therefore, the core of human consciousness belongs to a non-physical order. Khosrow defines the individual soul, the nafs-e-jozvi, as an active, intelligent explorer of the material world. Think of the human body as a specialized spacesuit. Flesh and bone make up a localized vessel, while the soul is the astronaut operating inside. Khosrow treats the body as a precision tool, engineered to allow the soul to survive and observe a harsh, finite environment. This points to Khosrow's macro concept, the nafs-e-koli, or universal soul. It acts as a continuous ocean of spiritual energy, with each individual life separating from it like a single drop of water. The individual soul is an actual fragment of this universal soul, sharing the exact same divine substance. Above sits the universal intellect, the akal-e-koli. Notice how sunlight illuminates the water, providing the universal soul with direction and purpose. The individual soul returns to this source through ilm, knowledge. This ascent requires a transformation in understanding rather than physical travel through space. Human consciousness utilizes a temporary biological vehicle to acquire the specific wisdom required to return to its cosmic origin. To fully test the structural integrity of Khosrow's model, we need to examine it against Western philosophy, starting with Plato. Plato agrees with Khosrow. The soul is a distinct, immaterial entity striving to comprehend eternal truths. However, Plato views the physical body as a prison, a tomb that actively distracts the soul with delusions and base desires. Khosrow views the body as a meticulously designed instrument and a school for extracting wisdom. Aristotle presents a different challenge with his theory of hylomorphism, the relationship between matter and form. According to Aristotle, the soul is the organizational form of the living body. One cannot be separated from the other, much like the shape of a bronze statue is inseparable from the bronze itself. This implies that individual consciousness generally depends on biological processes and ceases when those processes end. Khosrow counters this by defining the soul as an independent fragment of the universal soul. It survives the breakdown of its biological spacesuit because its essence is knowledge, which is non-perishable. Khosrow establishes a middle path. He utilizes the physical world for development without adopting Aristotle's belief that the soul is permanently bound to it. Descartes introduces a modern rift, dividing reality into 2 incompatible substances, thinking minds and physical matter. This creates the interaction problem. How can a non-physical mind move physical levers in the brain when the 2 share no common properties? Descartes struggled to explain how a ghost pushes a physical gear without mechanical contact. Khosrow's framework defines the body as a manifestation of the soul's activity. The soul governs the body, providing the internal structure and purpose that moves the vessel. Later, Immanuel Kant defined the strict limits of human cognition. Kant argues that ultimate reality exists entirely outside of space and time and remains completely unknowable by the human intellect. Khosrow offers a counterpoint of metaphysical optimism. He asserts that the soul can know ultimate reality because it is a fragment of that reality, carrying the blueprints of the universe innately. By treating the universe as a unified hierarchy, Khosrow addresses the mechanical gap in Cartesian dualism and provides a bridge across Kantian skepticism. The fragmented Western models fold into a unified cosmic hierarchy. We will now examine the final purpose of this philosophical engine. سلام دوستان، اگه از ویدیو خوشتون اومده حتما لایک کنید، کانال رو سابسکرایب کنید و نظرتون رو برامون بنویسید. حمایت شما باعث میشه بتونیم ویدیوهای بهتری براتون بسازیم. مرسی از همراهیتون. Pulling back from the human eye to the macro scale of the planets reveals the full scope of Khosrow's vision. He occupies a unique middle ground in global philosophy. His framework avoids the pessimism of ancient dualists who shunned the material world as an evil illusion. It also provides an alternative to modern materialism, which views human consciousness as a localized biological accident. Khosrow presents a teleological cosmos, where the entire universe acts as a school designed for the soul's development. Khosrow frames our eyes and ears as specialized sensors designed by the universal soul to extract wisdom from the natural order. The mathematical finitude of our bodies serves as a necessary boundary that points us toward our non-physical essence. In this system, the active pursuit of knowledge is the only mechanism of spiritual ascent. We exist as eternal fragments of an infinite reality, currently utilizing a physical station to gather understanding. The body has a limit, but the pursuit of knowledge is the infinite cosmic compass that guides the soul back home.